You are not merely flesh and bone, nor are you at the mercy of fate. Within you, in the deep recesses of your mind, lies a force so magnificent, so boundless, that it shapes the world before you. This force, this divine power, is not separate from you, it is you. Your thoughts are not idle whispers passing through the corridors of your mind. They are commands, blueprints, the unseen architects of your reality. What you hold in consciousness with conviction must clothe itself in form. What you accept as true with feeling must take root in the fabric of your world. If you would dare to assume the highest, to see yourself not as a beggar before the throne of life, but as the very maker of your experience, then you would know the power that has always been yours. And so, I ask you now, what reality will you choose to create? You are the operant power. The world you see, the experiences you encounter, the circumstances that rise and fall before you, none of these exist outside of you. They are projections of your inner state, shadows cast by the light of your consciousness. There is no force shaping your life beyond your own mind. When you truly grasp this, you will understand that the power of God is not something to be sought in the heavens or begged for in prayer. It is the breath within you, the awareness that perceives, the imagination that gives life to every form. Most live as though they are at the mercy of the world, believing that events happen to them, not through them. They attribute their conditions to luck, to fate, to forces beyond their control, when in truth every experience is an echo of their own beliefs. If you look at your life now and find it lacking, if you feel trapped by limitations, it is not because the world has conspired against you. It is because in the silence of your own mind, you have consented to this reality. You have assumed it, accepted it, and so it has become. But here is the great revelation. What has been assumed can be changed. What has been imagined into existence can be reimagined into something greater. You need not remain where you are. The key is not in struggle, not in desperate effort, but in the quiet mastery of your own consciousness. Your only task is to assume with unwavering certainty that you already are the person you wish to be. The moment you do, reality must bend to match your assumption. Doubt not this truth, for you have already been living by it. Have you not noticed how your deepest fears, when given attention, seem to find their way into your life? Have you not seen how those who dwell in lack continue to experience scarcity, while those who walk with confidence find doors opening before them? This is not coincidence, it is law. The law that what you believe with feeling must externalize itself in the world. You have been given the greatest gift, the power to imagine, to feel, to embody a state before the evidence appears. This is the divine process of creation. You need not beg or plead for change. You need only dwell in the certainty that what you seek is already yours. When you close your eyes and see yourself as abundant, when you feel within yourself the confidence of one who is already successful, already loved, already fulfilled, then and only then will the world reflect this truth back to you. Some will say, but how can I believe in what I do not yet see? And to them I say, you have always believed in things unseen. Did you not as a child believe in your fears before they manifested? Did you not entertain worries long before they became realities? The same mind that has unknowingly shaped hardships can just as easily mold joy. The only difference is the direction of your attention. If you persist in imagining yourself in possession of that which you desire, you will find the outer world reshaping itself in ways you could never have predicted. Do not concern yourself with the how. That is not your work. Your task is only to hold the assumption, to feel it so deeply that it becomes more real to you than your current conditions. When you dwell in the state of your fulfilled desire, the means will unfold effortlessly. Opportunities will arise, ideas will come, people and circumstances will shift, all in response to your inner transformation. There is nothing in your life now that has not first been created within. Look at the patterns of your thoughts, and you will see the script you have been unknowingly writing. If your days are filled with struggle, ask yourself, what beliefs have I accepted that make struggle inevitable? If love eludes you, question, What assumptions have I held about myself and others that repel the very thing I seek? The moment you change your concept of self, the world must follow. It has no choice. The secret is to live from the end, to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, to walk, speak, and think as though you were already in possession of your desire. This is not pretense. It is the law of consciousness. Whatever state you assume with conviction must externalize itself in due time. The great error of man is believing that he must first see before he can believe. But the truth is the opposite. You must first believe, wholly and without doubt, before you can see. Those who have mastered this truth move through life with an ease unknown to others. They do not struggle, for they understand that reality is but a mirror. They need not fight against circumstances, for they know circumstances are merely the outpicturing of a former state of consciousness. They do not complain, they do not dwell on lack, for they know to do so would only perpetuate the same. Instead, they assume the best, and the best unfolds. And so I ask you now, what are you choosing to assume? What reality are you giving life to in the silence of your own mind? If you desire abundance, are you thinking from wealth, or are you thinking of it as something distant? If you long for love, do you see yourself as one who is loved, cherished, and sought after? Or do you hold yourself apart from the very love you crave? Be honest. For consciousness does not lie. It reveals to you precisely what you believe to be true. To change your world, you must first change yourself, not through effort, not through force, but through the quiet, unwavering decision to dwell in the state of your fulfilled desire. Assume it now, live in it now, feel it now. Let go of the need to question, to doubt, to seek validation in the outer world. Your inner world is the only reality, and as surely as the sun must rise, what you persist in assuming must become your experience. You are not small, you are not powerless, you are not at the mercy of circumstances. You are the creator. You always have been. There has never been another force shaping your life but the one within you. And now, knowing this, what will you create? You are always in the process of becoming, always unfolding into the image you hold of yourself in the depths of your consciousness. Every thought, every assumption, every feeling is a seed planted in the fertile soil of your mind, and in due time it must bring forth fruit. The law is exact. It does not err, nor does it discriminate between what you consciously desire and what you unconsciously accept. Whether you assume greatness or mediocrity, abundance or lack, joy or sorrow, the law fulfills without question. It is not concerned with what you wish were true. It is only concerned with what you believe to be true. And belief is not a thing of idle words. It is not the mere repetition of affirmations or the mechanical practice of techniques. It is the deep, unshakable feeling that something is so, even before the world has provided evidence of it. When you believe something with all your being, you no longer seek signs of its coming, nor do you entertain doubt or delay. You move in the confidence that what you have imagined is already yours. You speak, think, and act as one who knows, not one who hopes. But herein lies the challenge. Most live in constant contradiction. They say they desire wealth, but continue to dwell in the feeling of lack. They pray for love, but remain in the assumption of loneliness. They wish for success, but hold themselves in the vibration of failure. And so their lives become a cycle of struggle, not because they are incapable of change, but because they have not disciplined their minds to remain faithful to the unseen reality they wish to bring forth. The world is a mirror, reflecting back to you not your spoken desires, but your dominant state of being. You need only look around to see the evidence of the assumptions you have habitually entertained. If life has seemed cruel, if obstacles appear insurmountable, if happiness feels fleeting, it is only because you have unconsciously accepted these conditions as true. You may say you wish for ease and joy, but if your secret conversations, your quiet moments of reflection, are filled with worry, doubt, and complaint, then you are merely reinforcing the very reality you seek to escape. But there is no permanence in these conditions. There is no bondage but that which you accept. At any moment you may step into a new state, and the world must follow, not by force, not by external struggle, but by the simple, quiet act of assuming a new reality. Assume it now, as though it were already true. Do not wait for the evidence, for evidence always follows assumption. It never precedes it. The world cannot give you what you have not first given to yourself in consciousness. You need not know how the transformation will occur. The how is not your concern. It is the work of a higher intelligence, a divine order that moves all things into place. Your only responsibility is to hold fast to the state desired, to persist in the feeling of the wish fulfilled, and to trust that all things will rearrange themselves accordingly. And they will, for they must. The moment you take possession of a new concept of yourself, the world has no choice but to conform. But persistence is key. Many falter not because the law has failed them, but because they have failed to remain faithful to their assumption. They plant the seed, but dig it up each day in search of signs. They step into the new state only to slip back into the old at the first sign of difficulty, and so they remain trapped between two worlds, never fully leaving one, nor fully entering the other. Do not let this be your story. Assume boldly, without hesitation, without concern for appearances. If you desire health, do not wait for symptoms to change. Assume now that you are whole, vibrant, and strong. If you seek success, do not look to your present conditions for proof. Move as one who already possesses the confidence, the opportunities, the wealth you desire. If you wish for love, do not dwell in loneliness. Carry yourself as one who is already deeply cherished, already chosen, already fulfilled. For what you are in imagination, you shall become in reality. And imagination is not some fleeting daydream. It is the very power by which all things are created. It is the divine faculty through which the unseen becomes seen, the intangible made tangible. When you close your eyes and enter the realm of imagination, you are not escaping reality, you are shaping it. Every time you assume a new state with feeling, you are impressing upon the subconscious mind, and the subconscious, being no respecter of persons, must bring forth in kind. Many have sought to explain this power in scientific terms, in philosophies of mind and matter, in theories of attraction and vibration, but the truth is simple. Consciousness creates reality. As you are within, so shall it be without. Your only limitation is the one you refuse to release. If you will but change your concept of self, the world must shift to reflect it. But do not seek to change only the outer. Too often men attempt to alter circumstances while remaining unchanged within, and so their efforts come to nothing. They strive, they toil, they push against the world, yet their inner dialogue remains the same. And so, though they may see fleeting success, they find themselves returning again and again to the same struggles, the same patterns. The true work is inward. Change your self-concept and the world will take care of itself. Hold the image of your ideal with unwavering faith, and the world must conform. This is the law. This is the power given to you before the foundations of the world. Use it wisely, use it deliberately, and above all, use it now. For there is no tomorrow in the realm of consciousness. There is only now. The present moment is the point of creation, the place where all things begin. If you postpone your assumption, you postpone your reality. Do not wait for a better time, a better condition, a better circumstance. Assume now that you are already the person you wish to be. Claim it fully, embody it completely, and let the world reshape itself around this new image. Your mind is the gatekeeper, your imagination the architect, your assumption the blueprint. You are never without power, never without the ability to transform, never without the means to rise into a greater expression of yourself. If you would but believe, with the certainty of one who knows, rather than the hesitation of one who hopes, you would see miracles unfold before your very eyes. There is no force outside of you deciding your fate. There is no destiny written in stone. There is only your consciousness, forever shaping, forever molding, forever creating. And so I ask again, what will you choose to create? What reality will you dare to assume? For as you believe, so shall it be done unto you. The moment you assume a thing to be true in consciousness, it begins its journey into form. Do not be deceived by appearances, for they are but the shadows of past assumptions. Look not to the world for validation, for the world is always one step behind the movement of your mind. If you desire change, do not seek it in the external. Turn within. Assume the state you wish to see expressed, and let the outer world catch up in its own time. Many live as prisoners of their senses, believing only in what they can see, touch, and measure. They wait for proof before they believe, never realizing that belief is the cause and proof the effect. They see an empty bank account and feel lack rather than assuming abundance. They look at their lonely life and feel despair rather than assuming they are already loved. They let circumstances dictate their state of being, when in truth it is their state of being that dictates circumstances. To live by appearances is to be enslaved by them, but to live by assumption is to wield the power of God Himself. For assumption, when sustained, hardens into fact. This is the law, and it has never failed. You have been using it all your life, though perhaps unknowingly. Every condition you have now, good or bad, is simply the result of past assumptions, past beliefs, past states of being that have crystallized into form. If you do not like what you see, change the cause. Change the assumption, and the effect must follow. There is no reality apart from consciousness. There is no power greater than your own assumption. The world is not happening to you, it is happening through you. Every conversation you hold in the quiet of your mind is shaping your destiny. Every feeling you nurture is writing the script of your life. If you are constantly worrying, constantly fearing, constantly dwelling on limitations, you are merely giving life to that which you do not want. The law does not discriminate, it gives you exactly what you accept as true. But here is the liberating truth. Just as you have unknowingly created hardship, you can just as easily create joy. Just as you have unconsciously assumed lack, you can now consciously assume wealth. Just as you have dwelled in doubt, you can now dwell in faith. It is simply a matter of shifting your inner world, for the outer must follow. There is no effort in this, no struggle, no battle to be fought. The only battle is with the old self, the old identity that seeks to keep you bound to past assumptions. Do not look at your present conditions and call them permanent. They are but reflections of an old state, echoes of a past assumption that no longer serves you. Let them fade as they must, for they have no power except that which you continue to give them. Instead, turn your full attention to the new. Assume the feeling of already being the person you desire to be. Walk as though it were so. Speak as though it were so. Think as though it were so. And the world will rearrange itself to make it so. Many will say, but my senses deny it. How can I assume what is not yet visible? And to them I say, this is the very essence of creation. The tree does not yet exist in the seed, yet the seed knows it is a tree. The butterfly is not yet visible in the caterpillar, yet it knows it will emerge. Creation does not happen in the realm of the seen. It happens first in the unseen, and only then does it take form. To demand evidence before you believe is to put effect before cause. It is to deny the very nature of creation itself. You are not here to react to the world, you are here to create it. Do not wait for proof. Do not look to circumstances for permission to believe. Assume now in this moment that you already are what you wish to be. Live in that state, dwell in that feeling, and let the world take care of the rest. It is already done the moment you assume it to be so. The delay, if any, is only in your own wavering, in your own doubt, in your own unwillingness to fully claim that which is already yours. The power is yours, and it has always been yours. You do not need to earn it. You do not need to seek it from another. It is within you as it has always been. You need only to use it consciously, deliberately, and with full confidence in its certainty. Assume the highest and best, not just for yourself, but for all. Assume peace, assume love, assume abundance, and let those assumptions shape your world. And so I ask you again, What reality will you choose to assume? For as you believe, so shall it be done unto you. You have always been the creator of your reality, though perhaps unknowingly. Every moment, whether in waking hours or in the depths of sleep, you are shaping your world through your assumptions. There is no pause in this process, no moment where you cease to create. Whether you assume wisely or unwisely, consciously or unconsciously, the law remains unbroken. Your world is forever molded by the concepts you hold of yourself and others. If you accept yourself as small, powerless, or at the mercy of circumstances, then the world will reflect back to you a reality where you are forever at the mercy of things outside your control. If you assume that opportunities pass you by, that success is reserved for others, then life will oblige by fulfilling that assumption. But if you dare to change your concept of self, if you claim greatness, wealth, joy, and love as already yours, then reality must bend to your assumption. The only reason the world seems fixed, the only reason your circumstances appear unchangeable, is because you have remained faithful to an unchanging inner state. But the moment you step into a new assumption, the moment you live as though your desire were already fulfilled, you set into motion a force greater than any obstacle. It does not matter if the world tells you it is impossible. It does not matter if reason argues against it. Consciousness is the only reality, and what you accept as true in consciousness must, without fail, become your experience. Yet many hesitate, trapped in the illusion of time. They say, "I will believe when I see the evidence," never realizing that they must first believe before the evidence can appear. They place their faith in delay, in waiting, in some future moment when things will be better, never understanding that the only time that exists is now. Creation does not happen tomorrow. It does not happen in some distant future. It happens now, in this very moment, with the assumptions you are holding. If you wish to be wealthy, do not wait for money to come before you assume yourself abundant. Assume it now. If you desire love, do not wait for another to validate your worth. Assume yourself to be loved now. If you long for success, do not wait for the world to recognize you. Assume your success now. Walk in the confidence of the fulfilled state, and the world will have no choice but to conform. But the mind, untamed, will seek to deceive you. It will whisper of limitations, of past failures, of reasons why things cannot change. It will attempt to bind you to old beliefs, for the mind clings to familiarity, even when that familiarity brings suffering. It will ask, "How can I believe in what I do not yet see?" And yet, have you not already done so? Have you not believed in your fears before they materialized? Have you not nurtured worries that later became your reality? You have been using this power all along. Only now you must use it deliberately, wisely, and with purpose. Let go of the need to struggle, for struggle implies separation from the thing you desire. When you assume correctly, there is no effort. The assumption carries you. The state of wealth does not strain to be wealthy, it simply is. The state of love does not seek love, it embodies it. The state of success does not chase recognition. It exists in the knowing that success is inevitable. Whatever state you assume, life must reflect. When you assume a thing to be true, it is done, it is finished. You need not go outside of yourself to make it happen. The outer world is but a reflection, a mere shadow cast by the reality held within. The tree does not struggle to grow, it unfolds naturally from the seed. So too must your desires unfold when nurtured within the garden of assumption. But there are those who plant a seed and then doubt its growth. They assume a new state, but quickly return to the old, looking for signs, questioning, hesitating. And so the seed withers before it has the chance to bear fruit. Do not be of these. Assume and then persist. Hold fast to your assumption even when the outer world seems unchanged, even when reason mocks you, even when the senses deny it, for the senses only reflect the past. They are not indicators of what must be. The world is filled with those who have mastered this truth without knowing they have done so. The confident move through life with ease, never questioning if success will come, because they have assumed themselves successful. The loved walk with the quiet assurance that they are cherished, never needing to seek validation. The wealthy think from wealth, not towards it, and so their lives unfold accordingly. And so I ask again, what are you assuming? For assumption is destiny. Your concept of self is the script by which your world must abide. You are not bound by the past, nor by any seeming limitation. The only limit is the one you refuse to release. Look not to circumstances to define you. Define yourself, and circumstances will follow. Do not say, I will be, for that is a future never reached. Say instead, I am. For the only reality is now, and what you assume now must become the world you live in. You are not a beggar before the throne of life. You are the creator, the operant power, the one who chooses and commands through assumption. There is no force outside of you determining your fate. There is only consciousness, shaping and reshaping itself according to your belief. The choice is ever before you. You may assume weakness, and weakness will define you. You may assume lack, and lack will be your experience. Or you may assume greatness, abundance, and joy, and these must come forth as surely as the sun rises. The power has always been yours. The question is, what will you now assume to be true? You are forever becoming that which you most deeply accept as true, whether you are conscious of it or not. Every thought, every feeling, every assumption is molding your reality. There is no pause in creation, no moment when the law ceases to operate. Even now, as you listen, your state of being is determining the events that will unfold in your life. The question is not whether you are creating, but what you are creating. If you believe yourself to be unworthy, unworthy experiences will find their way to you. If you assume yourself to be powerless, life will reflect back situations that affirm this belief. The world does not bring to you what you want. It brings to you what you are. It is not enough to wish for a better life while continuing to assume lack, fear, and limitation. You must become in consciousness the thing you desire. You must embody it so completely that the world has no choice but to mirror it back to you. To assume is to create. The moment you dare to assume something is true, you set unseen forces into motion. Every event, every circumstance, every encounter begins to shift in response to your inner state. But assumption is not mere wishful thinking. It is a knowing so deep that it leaves no room for doubt. It is the quiet confidence that it is done, that what you seek is already yours, though the world may not yet reflect it. Most fail not because the law is broken, but because they waver. They assume a new state in a moment of inspiration, but when confronted with familiar struggles, they retreat to the old. They plant the seed, but in their impatience, they dig it up before it has had the chance to take root. They look at their bank account, their relationships, their circumstances, and they let appearances dictate what they believe to be true, and so they remain trapped in an endless cycle, repeating the same patterns, reinforcing the same reality. But you are not bound by your past. You are not a prisoner of circumstance. You are the creator, the operant power, the one who gives life to every experience through the power of assumption. If you wish to change your world, change your assumption. Assume abundance, and abundance must come. Assume love, and love must find you. Assume success, and success must unfold. It is law. It is certain. It cannot fail. Doubt is the only enemy. The moment you question whether your assumption will manifest, you introduce delay. The moment you look to the outer world for confirmation before you have fully claimed your desire in consciousness, you allow external conditions to dictate your inner state. And yet, it is your inner state that creates the external world. Do not wait for proof. Assume, persist, and let the world catch up. This is not a matter of effort or struggle. It is not about forcing the world into submission. Creation is effortless when assumption is absolute. The moment you feel the reality of your wish fulfilled, the need for effort vanishes. You walk differently, you speak differently, you think differently. You carry yourself as one who already possesses the thing desired, and the world must shift to accommodate your new self-concept. Look at those who live with ease, those to whom success and love seem to come naturally. They are not striving. They are not battling against unseen forces. They simply know themselves to be worthy of the good they receive. And because they know it, life must reflect it. It is not luck, nor fate, nor divine favoritism. It is the law in action. They have assumed a reality of abundance, and so abundance surrounds them. So too can you assume any reality you choose. You need not wait for circumstances to change before you feel different. You need not wait for the world to show you signs before you believe. You are the cause, the world is the effect. The only question is, what will you now assume to be true? If you desire health, do not look at the body's symptoms and let them dictate your assumption. Assume yourself to be whole, strong, vibrant. Feel the ease of movement, the energy flowing through you. Let your new state saturate your being so completely that the body has no choice but to follow. If you desire success, do not wait for opportunities to come before you feel successful. Assume now that you are already the person who attracts wealth, recognition, and prosperity. Walk as one who knows success is inevitable, who moves through life with the confidence of one already established. If you desire love, do not seek it outside yourself, for to seek is to affirm that it is missing. Instead, assume that you are already deeply loved, cherished, desired. Feel it as though it were already your reality, and the world must reshape itself to match your inner conviction. All that you see, all that you touch, all that you experience is nothing more than a reflection of your past assumptions. But past assumptions have no hold on you unless you continue to give them life. At any moment you may step into a new reality, a new self-concept, a new way of being. The moment you assume differently, the moment you claim your desired state is already real, you have set into motion an irreversible process. Some will call it coincidence, some will say it is luck, but you will know the truth. You will know that nothing in your world happens by chance, that every experience has been brought forth by the movement of your consciousness. And with this knowing comes the greatest freedom, the freedom to create deliberately, to assume wisely, to live as the master of your reality rather than as a victim of circumstances. You need not beg for what is already yours. You need not seek outside yourself for the power that has always been within. You need only assume, believe, and persist. And in due time, that which you have claimed in consciousness must appear in form.